I watched the 1 hour and 30 minutes August update live stream by Marvel Contest of Champions, so you don't have to. Go and check out information in the description. But also, let's get into and try and condense this into a very short time period, as well as flicking up some stuff on the screen as best we can. So, to give you, kick things right off, the 10th anniversary is something that's being teased. It's something that we're going to find out in future months more about what is going to be as part of this big 10-year anniversary of MCOC, and it was definitely something that's been mentioned quite a bit. Of course, side quest and event quest stuff, you can find information over on Kabam's forum page. They've probably put out something. But this was Dave's kind of comeback stream to stuff. Some people were very unkind in the chat. But that's the internet for you. People aren't willing to give someone a chance to go, hey, this is your first time back, or this is your, you're just trying to find your place and not be nervous. And, Dave is doing his best. He's come back fresh in this, but some people were very unkind, and that was very disappointing to see. But towards the end, I think that Dave was very kind of confident and he did very well. But as I said, people can be a bit unkind at times. Anyway, positives. Enchantress. Enchantress is going to be your new champion that's coming in. If we just get some footage of her on screen, there we go. Power Steal, she builds a lot of power very quickly. Spell casting, there's a mini mode of swiping up and down in order to do certain spells. You don't have to play that way. There's also a really, well, I'd say difficult SP2 to Dex, but there you go. There's lots of combinations of how you want to build those particular spells. You can gain or inflict effects, which I think we've seen. Whether or not you play the mini game similar to Spider-Punk, it's going to be down to you. And on defense, she's going to be quite a monster, says Aiden, who is Aiden, who I'm covering at the moment. But that's who said it. There's a high ceiling to the champion, and also there's pre-release bundles on August 22nd, Arena coming out August 29th. So that's the I think 1 week gap with that one. The difference is with Beta Ray Bill. Bill is again fantastic champion. We've seen some abilities on that. On the champion itself, he builds power and shocks enemies. Then he's able to get a nice SP2 energize and also do a heavy attack, which is a grip buff, which allows him to counter unstoppable, which is fantastic. Mediums expire, and he's able to do SP1s in order to kind of burst more of his shocks. Light attacks in longer fights might be the way to play him. Counters power drain, and also intercepts with an SP2 rotation. With an SP1 rotation, can see Fury buffs stay on for a large length of time, and also bypass glance, which you can see on the screen. He's bypassing glance. Glance fails. There's also the ability to pulverize, which removes armor from champions. And the steady buff is the one which you can see on screen. It's there, and that bypasses glance, so it becomes a perfect counter to Ant-Man Future Ant-Man, or Fat Man, however you want to describe him. And with resistance to bleed and poison, he can be a really good Suicide Mastery's Double Edge Liquid Courage champion that goes well with him. August 8th is when you're going to see the pre-release bundles. Arena is going to be August 15th, and likely around about that time you'll probably see the trade-in for the tokens, which of course is another important element to that. Superior Iron Man was briefly discussed, who builds superior buffs, heavy instinct buff to parry non-contact, so a Shuri counter, and 5 unique buffs can auto block as well. That is Kabam Jeff, I think, who is the person behind Beta Ray Bill. So I think there was a little bit, they're trying to get a bit of a tease there out of Jeff of their superior Iron Man in action, which you can see is taking down Shuri with a breeze, which is nice. And yeah, just kind of like a counter. So it may be a champion you find taken as a counter in the champions on defense. You use him superior Iron Man on attack. Summoner's Choice. Okay, so Summoner's Choice is really interesting. Or Summoner's Choice Shathra, sorry. So Riri is back to kind of explain some things, and it was really cool. I think it's amazing to have the art team come to kind of explain stuff. Riri went through comic book history, but also brought to the table some rigging and effects, and also the inspiration, reference, artistic reference. As someone on a daily basis that has to do like, you know, do infographics and stuff like that. I'm a big believer of reference, like where are we drawing inspiration from? What's the reference and stuff? So you get to see this in action of Shathra being built, and it was just fascinating to kind of see the VFX, the animations, and how the champion was built, which you can see on screen right now, the process of it. I love, honestly, this is one of the best things about this is the development team is when they go through the process of how they've done this. I think they're quite reluctant to do it, but I think this is some of the most interesting stuff of like, well, how do they do it? And also finding out facts. I'll give you a really interesting MCOC and Kabam based fact about stuff. VFX limits in battle. So Kabam have a VFX limit in battle, as too many particle effects will burn phones. So that's one kind of reason that you're kind of like, oh, why don't they do more of like this effect or that effect? Well, it's because like your phone is literally going to be on fire. You do realize that. And that's something like I did not know. And it is completely fascinating. All the wasps are being modeled. So it's really cool to see that kind of flying at enemies. And that will be something you'll see at a later date. So it's really cool and exciting things. And you love to hear about stuff like that. Now, if I can get it up on screen, I didn't get put in the champions exactly. And I can't remember for certain all of them, but we are getting a new Summoner's Choice rework starting later on this month, which is Summoner's Choice 2024 rework. So we're gonna we get to choose which champion you want to be buffed. I can't remember whilst I'm recording this. I need to play back this bit in a minute to find out which champions were going to be amongst them, but there are going to be the likes of, I think if we might be able to play it, there might be. Oh, Captain America, Black Panther. I'm gonna have to update this as we go. Captain America, Black Panther. So that's probably the, well, I don't know which one. The must be Black Panther Civil War, because I don't know if that would be. That'd be kind of weird. Anyway, let's kind of Black Widow, Cyclops. The full list will be in the description, but I'm just typing this up as I go because I have to get this quickly done because I'm meant to be traveling, hence the case. Black Widow, Cyclops,
and Iron Fist.
There you go. So the full list is Doctor Strange, Miss Marvel, Iron Fist, Captain America, Black Panther, Black Widow, Cyclops. I think I've got that all correctly. If not, I'll have to replay it back and then update the typings down below. Anyway, so that's great. I'm really happy to learn that we're going to get those champions' choice. You get to choose who you want to buff. I think a lot of people are going to go for Doctor Strange, if I'm being blunt. Cyclops would be great, by the way, but maybe a champion. I have to double check which of those has this been 7 stars. Probably Iron Fist will actually be quite good. I'm torn. I'm really torn on who could be some good options for this. Anyway, moving on. What else? Because there's loads. Battlegrounds, off-seasons. We've got Kabam. I think is it John back? John back, yeah, we'll say John back to kind of discuss a few things, including Battlegrounds off-seasons, which, as we know, 5 energy per match, trophy tokens and objective, and it's kind of a fun thing, but also allows you to test going into a new season. Yeah, what you plan to do with it, and also gives those rotations of objectives with trophy tokens a little bit of purpose where they didn't have purpose before. There's some, weirdly enough, right, back a long time ago, I said to Kabam about an idea to globally, and they didn't have the tech at the time, to do some kind of like global based event, like a big boss rush thing, but not exactly like this, but similar to this, where it's like all of you playing together today and do a quest have the ability to, as working as a community, push for something. Now, I love these ideas, realm events, the battle realm, coming together, you doing a piece of quest content, leveling up together, by doing this, you're able to achieve something, and that is going to be amazing. I love camaraderie, I love teamwork, and I think brings us together as a community. So well done to Kabam. This idea is going to be great. Players will work together across the game. Think of them like alliance events if everyone else is in the same alliance. And it's like global rewards. It's like Road to the Crypt. If it kind of like, there we go. So it looks a little bit like that, in that you still get your normal milestones of level up, whatever event you're doing. We'll come on Super Daily event in a minute, but I need to kind of get to a few points. So level up, imagine if that's global. Oh, that's not, sorry, that's like realm events is something there. But it kind of like at least gives you a little bit of an idea of what the new event screen is going to look like, which is going to look a little bit more cleaner and sit in a better way. There it is. Sorry about that. There we go. That gives you a bit of an idea of what realm events. I love this. This is so clean. This is so nice. Realm events. Probably click on that and you get an idea. Energy harvest. Don't know what that's about. That's kind of like a different thing. And you got your tests and stuff. Either way, the event quest is going to be good. Or the new event screen is going to be good. The realm quest, the realm events are hopefully going to, bring everybody together, which I think we're all going to love and appreciate. Okay. What else? Reunion event. So reunion event is going to be your Legends event. The 7-hour hero crystals are back, or 7-hour crystals are back. They've been buffed. I'll be talking about that in another video as to why they're amazing and why I'm really happy about that. There's also a spending type element to it where you're able to beef up what you take back from the reunion event, which is fantastic. A 7-star reunion selector can be got, but I don't know if it's based on reunion tokens that you buy. I think the final one is doing the Crucible content, which again we'll talk about in a minute. And the pool for the 7-star selector is actually not too bad. It's got Punisher 2099, it's got Venom pool, it's got Man-Thing, it's got Punisher, I think I said that, I-Hulk, and Misty Knight as well. So it's not too bad. There's some good things there. White Magneto interests me and impresses me a lot. But you will of course need your tokens, and these are available from the selector. 7-star selector is Thronebreaker upwards, so that gives you again a bit of an idea of how you can get stuff, but also let you know it's a 2-week event, so it runs only for 2 weeks, so you're gonna have to be very careful about stuff. We'll be doing loads of guides and coverage on the channel. I'll hopefully keep you up to date, and we'll do a master guide Google Doc at some stage as well, but hey, I've got to do a lot more of things elsewhere. So what's next? Crucible. The Crucible, the Reunion Crucible is interesting, but there's a lot to it. New quest type, and it could be long and boring, or could be fun. It depends how you want to look at it. It's permanent content. You can do the easy version, which I'll probably do to get the Deathless piece on normal, and then legendary at a later date because it's harder. You'll basically go in and choose a node, or you'll choose a champion, sorry. You will then go to the next fight and choose a champion, and your champion will come out. If you went in and you were like, oh, I got it done, but I'm on 20% of health, when you go and put in a new champion in the when you're in the choice node, it will be fully restored. You'll also be going over some of the Act 7 bosses, so it could be a bit trickier, a bit annoying. And so that's something you'll have to be very wary of and cautious of. I think it's going to be fun, but it depends on what Kabam have changed from, say, the nodes. Because you'll be like, I've got my ideal champion I'd use against this boss or whatever. But it's like, well, you can't use Hercules for all the fights. You can't use one specific champions for all the fights. So that's a bit of a downside. But at least you'll have a bit of fun going, right, well, I use this counter for this champion or this boss when I played Act 7 before. And I think a lot of people will be breaking out the Act 7 guides and indeed looking back of like, who's good for what and stuff. But there are going to be some other things that will be tricky things you're going to have to contend with as well. There's 35 champion fights, or there's 35 swaps or 35 champions in Legendary. There's 15 to 16 in normal, and there's, I think it's four paths in normal versus 2 paths in the other one, Legendary. You can see those are the difficulties there, normal and Legendary. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of an interesting one with objectives. There's going to be yeah, an objective where you get the Deathless piece, but you get it in normal and you get it in the legendary difficulty, plus some extra, what are they called? Customization? What are they called? Oh, I nearly called them like I can't remember what they're called now, but they're like not customizables, whatever they are. Like emotes and I don't know, just emotes and profile pictures. They're uniqueables, whatever they are. It will require you to do a bit of challenge to prepare. You have to do a lot of reading, planning, knowledge, horizontal progression. Yep, you can for this quest, and hopefully run out. You can put a team into Reunion Crucible. So you can play it, be partway through it, but also do your PvE elsewhere. This means you can stock up on revives and health potions in Apothecary and running Realm of Legends and other bits of content you might be able to farm from, and then use it in this quest. That is amazing, and I'm really happy Kabam did that one. So shout out for that. And yeah, the reward side of things, I don't know. I'm a bit iffy on because I'm not sure. It feels like if it's meant to be super difficult, then I don't know if the rewards are going to be, super good. You can get level 3 revives on the path as well, so that's good. And yeah, so there's kind of like a start point of August 7th. Where's the rewards? The rewards are, if it loads, it's still loading. Yeah, so the rewards are 2 to 3 generic rank up gem 7-star, so it might be a good opportunity if you are looking to be valiant. There is also a special 7-star crystal, like a Crucible type 1, and then there's also come on, it's really annoying when you're trying to like get some info. There we go. So you got, that's what it's going to look like with the quest. That's what it's looked like with 2 double quests running at the same time. And there's the rewards. There you go. Reunion token, which we talked about, it's part of the selector for the reunion event. Deathless Vision piece. Generic 7-star, 1 to 2 rank up gem if you do the normal difficulty. So this could be a good option, easy to do. And that is explore, but you also can explore any difficulty before September 4th. But the legendary difficulty rewards stay constant, which has got a Titan Crystal, a generic 2 to 3 gem. Titan Crystal interests me. The other stuff, not too worried about or concerned. Anyway, it does look fun, and that's really it. The final things are the promo code, which is that one. Can I get an Ant-Man? And the final thing is John mentioned that the daily super event is still being analysed. Its initial data is positive, and it's not an imminent thing that they can put it back. So we are still on the waiting point. We're still on the waiting point for any type of more info on the Super Daily event, but it looks fairly positive. Anyway, that has been 1 hour 30 minutes recapped in just under 18 minutes. So there we go. I did a good enough job. Appreciate you for the support. Make sure to check out some other content. There'll be some deep dives of each individual thing coming up very, very shortly. If not, it'll be Sunday when I come back from this wedding. Thanks. Bye-bye.